Hey y'all. All right. So let's just go down. We're going to talk about Asians since a lot of people, gosh, look at what happens when sometimes you download. I wanted to get a picture of that little boy in the memoirs of a geisha. Oops, I didn't spell that right. So, I really liked this book and actually the film too. But just goes to show you, or I'm going to show you. Look at this. Is this a girl? Nope. No, I don't want to watch YouTube. All right. Anyways, that's not a girl. But we'll go through it. All right, so let's look at some of the stuff that they can do here. This is some Adam's apple reductions that I found. Turning the male into the female. Now, as you notice, interesting, still has the big zygomatic arch here. This is what this is called. Now, women can have cheekbones, right? Can have high cheekbones, but it's typically right here in the front. Like I have a pretty big cheekbone right here, but my zygomatic arch is not male. And this is one of the reasons why males' jaws appear so square when you look at them from the front. So here's how they're doing. They're getting rid of this Adam's apple. They're shaving it down. A man's cartilage, it grows at 90 degrees. That's why it sticks out. And a female's cartilage grows at 120 degrees. That's why women have an Adam's apple, but it's not sticking out because it doesn't grow at the same angle. All right, so this was one that says, this is really funny. This was an article that says, do all females have an Adam's apple? Yeah, if they're MTFs, right? If they're dudes. We're going to go through some of the Chinese royalty, and I just put this royal in here because they're all the same. Does this look like a woman? No. On what planet is this female? This is like a triple pronged Adam's apple. God. Brow ridge, very deep set eyes. Look at that. Look at how deep set the eyes are. Even with the makeup on, to try to make them appear not so deep set. And the glasses to try to hide. And they tell you this one's a lesbian, right? Or something like that. All right, Andy Lau. This one really popped out at me. Look at how smooth this chest is, right? Like, where's the bony plated chest that a man has? Look at how short these arms are. So we're gonna need one of my little windows here. Here is the edge. Here's the end of this person's crotch. Let's say the person's crotch. We're gonna be nice and say this person's penis supposedly is here, but its wrist is up here. You notice how the arms angle out from the shoulders? Men's arms hang straight down. See where this elbow is? See how high it is? It's up at the female rib cage. And this one's hard because this face is pretty good masculinized, right? Right? Looks pretty masculine in the face. Look at how small this insert is, and look at how close the eyes, the insert of the nose is small. The ears are big because when you take testosterone, it makes your ears grow. It also makes your jaw grow. And look at these hips, right? Look at this big pelvis, right? This one has a belt down low to try to make it seem like it's not female. But this elbow and this tiny humerus bone tells me everything I need to know about this person. But we're going to keep going. See this? Look at how now usually the hands, you can't always say the hands, because if you take testosterone or you had a big blast of testosterone in the womb, this finger is going to be longer, but look, they're pretty much matching. And see this low Adam's apple? That is the implant. An Adam's apple on a real man is never this low, and it doesn't just, this is like what I call an Adam's raisin. And then when you got this bow tie, you already know. This one has very smooth skin, small palate here, small palate, small wrist, big watch, right? The males wear the big watch to hide their big square wrist, and the women put a lot of times they'll put on bangles and everything to hide that they have a small wrist. I'll tell you what, that Dr. Tam in Canada would knock this man out for sure. Look at this. Look at this hand compared to the one I did this morning with Dr. Tam. Tam the man. All right, here's another one. This one. Now, it's very lean here, but I still see this webbing that women have in between their boobs, right? And look at how high this elbow is again, right? Elbow up where? Up by the female rib cage. And this one is lucky because its shoulder joint and hip joint appear to match, so it doesn't have a giant pelvis. Short arms again. Look at this. All right, we're going to be nice and we're going to give it even like, so this is probably the end of a real man's crotch. We're going to be nice and give it to the end of this button here. Where's the wrist? All the way up here. What man do you know looks like that in your real life? And the arms angle away from the body. And even this lean, you can still see, look at this wrist, this small little wrist. These hands are small too. Face is masculinized, right? Tiny bit of some sort of maybe a brow ridge implant or something, maybe. But they don't do too much on that one. Here we go. K-pop stars. Bunch of little girls, in my opinion. Look at this sweet little face. Look at this. See the heart shape. Heart, 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 heart with a nice, this is a nicely done implant, I will say. And this, look at how soft the eyes are. Right? Now, I want you to remember these people. I want you to remember the soft look of these people. Look at these hands. Look at these slight little hands. When you look at the females, remember what they look like, because we're going to go here and contrast them big time with what the men look like. This looks like it had some sort of jaw work done. Look at this, curvy back, curvy butt, curvy. Look at this one's wearing a blouse, for God's sakes. They all have pelvises. Now, one thing I noticed from living in Korea is Asian women actually have pretty big pelvises compared to their size because they have the biggest babies. The heads of Asian babies are bigger than any other races, bigger than Caucasoid or Negroid. So the Mongoloid pelvis is bigger. So your average baby in Asia is like 8 pounds. So those women, they always have a pelvis that matches or exceeds their shoulders. And I've been walking around looking at people for years. Like me, I'm Caucasian and my pelvis and my shoulders just match. That's it. I don't exceed. But I go to like the Korean sauna all the time. And a lot of these women that are Asian, they're like 4'11", and they have a pelvis that actually exceeds the width of their shoulders. It's very interesting. And look at this back. See this S curve? You're not going to see any of this curvy stuff on the men that I got coming. Now look here. You see this? That is female. This is a female Q angle because what happens is in the pelvis, the bones are set wider. The female pelvis is wider. And so there's an angle that's increased as you come in like this, whereas men's is more straight down. And I'll show you this one coming with Maggie Chung. This is another one with like, look at how short these arms are. right? Where's this person's crotch? This person is they are padded up here in the shoulders, right? And it's still they have a pelvis that exceeds their shoulders. Same thing here. If you draw straight down, right? Here's that joint. We're looking at the shoulder joint, not the actual bicep, because they can lift weights and make their bicep bigger. Look at that. Look where the shoulder joint is, and look where the pelvis is. It's matching. Do these look like big, bad, scary men to you? I'm not scared. Here we go again. Flashing a sign here. Flashing the Baphomet. Holding some hearts. Do these look like men to you? This looks like a chin implant. That's crimson chin implant. Here's the one with the great, what do you call it? Adam's apple implant of some sort. This one's lucky because it has a long neck. The HGH is working on it. Short arms again on this one. See these legs? These legs look like mine. Same Q angle. This one's got a big pelvis too. Look, here's the shoulder pad, and here's probably their shoulder joint matching the width. This one, pelvis too here. This one's really pretty, and so is this one. This one is too. Bunch of pretty girls that all little girls are supposed to be in love with. All right, let's go to see the shame of Thailand. I've been saying that this one has been kicked out of Thailand for giving the lady boys a bad. See, look at this thing. Look at the brow ridge. Look at how strong this face is. Look at this forehead. This is a good picture of it. Just wait. Look at this jaw. I mean, this jaw has been excavating mines. You could just see this mouth go whoosh on the side of a cliff and get off all of the minerals. And look at the brow ridge. This is massive. Massive. This is Asian, y'all. This is not an Asian woman. Okay, this is an Asian man. Secret Asian man. Secret Asian man. All right, here we go. Where is this person's crotch? Let's be nice and say it's here when we know it's probably here. Let's be nice. And how far are my wrists below my crotch? Still can't see the wrist. See what I mean? And I'm creating a waist when I've got a chunky male. I got a chunky male body, and I particularly dislike this one. Got their pearls like they like to wear. Big old humongous brow ridge. Who would win? Who would win the headbutt contest? I would not win in this one against this creature. See how the arms go straight down? Men arms straight down, women's arms go out. The ones we've been looking at recently, that are supposedly men, their arms are curving out. This one I particularly dislike because it's always faking, like it's saying it had a miscarriage. Look at these shoulders. Look at these shoulders. Does this one play football like rugby? Look at this face. Look at this brow ridge. What woman do you know in this world has a square jaw and a forehead like a cantaloupe? The boobs are good though. They have good, what do you call it? Um, Breast job on this one. So which one is the man? Who's got the brow ridge? Whose eyes are bigger? Right? And this one's wearing heels, and this one is not. And if a female, this one's still head is still the same size. This one's sitting in the back, obviously, so it looks smaller. And the shoulders are bigger because it's male. Look at the size of this one's palate and look at the size of this one's palate. Which one would you be scared of in the water if it was a shark? This one. Dun, 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 dun. Not this one. This little small mouth of the woman. Soft eyes, male gaze. And look, women tend to get this here. Get the crow's feet and the sagging eyes. But not Jaws over here. Big earrings to hide, right? Oh Lord. Look at the brow ridge. Good Lord in heaven. Look at this jaw. Like I said, this one works for a mining corporation in its free time, just taking bites out of cliffs.